Never buy a house that seems way too cheap. I thought I got the deal of a lifetime, but I actually signed my own death warrant. As I type this, I am locked in my bathroom, listening to something clawing at the door. It all started exactly 3 weeks ago. I bought an old house on the edge of town for a ridiculously low price. The real estate agency claimed the owners just wanted a quick sale. The house looked beautiful, but the air inside carried a strange, heavy odor. It smelled like old dampness mixed with something sweet and rotten. On my first night there, I woke up at exactly 3 a.m. A soft, rhythmic tapping echoed from the hallway. It sounded like someone walking barefoot on the old hardwood. Floor. Step. Pause. Step. I got out of bed and flipped the light switch. The hallway was completely empty. I told myself the wood was just settling because of the cold. What an idiotic mistake. The next evening, things got worse. I was sitting in the living room, watching TV. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed movement in the corner of the room, right where an old, dark cabinet stood. I whipped my head around, but nothing was there. However, the air in the room instantly turned ice cold, freezing my breath. I felt a heavy gaze burning into the back of my neck. I knew I wasn't alone. The pressure in my chest was unbearable. I called Mark, my friend who knows a lot about old buildings. He came over the next day. Could it just be mice inside the walls? He asked, inspecting the corners. These aren't mice. Mark, I hear actual footsteps, and I constantly feel like someone is watching me, I said quietly. Come on, you're just paranoid from being isolated. Old houses creak. It's normal. He went home, leaving me alone. That night became the worst night of my life. Around midnight, the power cut out. My phone was completely dead. I sat on my bed in total darkness, my heart pounding in my throat. Then it started. A sound echoed from downstairs. Someone was slowly opening the kitchen drawers. I heard the clinking of silverware. Then those barefoot steps started coming up the stairs. One by one, fear paralyzed my entire body. The footsteps stopped right outside my bedroom. The doorknob began to turn down, slowly and silently. The door creaked open. A tall, thin shadow stood in the darkness of the hallway. Its body was unnaturally distorted. The only things visible were two glowing white eyes staring straight at me. That same smell of rot drifted from the figure. I bolted from the bed and lunged into the bathroom, the only room with a working lock. I slammed it shut and turned the key. Now I am sitting here on the cold tiles. The scratching on the door